Okay guys, we'll start with the toboggan. I'm carrying the tent and the wood stove and all our sleeping gear. So the way these toboggans set up are pretty nice. Everything's pretty slick and clean. My mother-in-law made me this awesome tank. I was lucky enough to have this toboggan. This toboggan is made by Uncle Tito Outdoors. He made me this toboggan, which was very nice of him. So here we go. We'll just get our bag open here. All right. So inside our toboggan, we have the poles for our tent, canvas tent. This is Snow Trekker. Snow Trekker makes awesome tents. Super lightweight, really warm, really well built. Everything seems to go together in the right places. Really happy with it. I've done a few trips with it now, and really happy with this tent. It makes winter camping much more fun. We'll get rid of that. Oh. Next we have our sleeping pad, and because it is my wife and I that are doing this, we bringing a big double mat, and it's going to be pretty cold, so we decided we're going to carry a little bit of extra weight and carry the Exped Mega Mat. It's 10 centimeters wide. It's filled with memory foam. It's really more comfortable than my bed at home, so it'll also make this trip quite wonderful. I won't be worried about a sore back or anything along those lines. So that's what we're going to use as a mat. Yes, it's gigantic. As far as sleeping bags go, I'm going to be carrying my my Rab Expedition 1000. This is good to -30 sleeping bag. It's all Nikwax treated down, so it's hydrophobic down, so you don't have to really be too concerned about getting moisture into it. Although on a hot tenting trip, it's really not a big deal. We do have the ability to dry things, which makes it a lot easier to dry your clothes. You don't have to carry as many clothes as you would if you did this cold tenting, because you can dry things out. We can get everything really nice and dry and warm every single night, which is quite nice. So we have that. That's my sleeping bag, and then my wife is going to bring 2 bags. So she's going to combine 2 bags. So this is one of her bags. This is going to be her liner bag. It's rated to -6, and we're going to put it inside a -10 sleeping bag, and that'll get her down to the cold temperatures just by doubling up and adding that extra loft. So you don't really need to go out and invest in a really expensive -30 sleeping bag. You can just go ahead and combine 2 you already have, which is what she's going to do. Next we have an axe. So we have a Haltifers 2.5 pound 28-inch handle axe. We are going to have to process firewood for our wood stove, so I decided I need a bigger, heavier axe. Be a little bit better. So the saw we're bringing along with us is it's a Silky. It's a Sugoi. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. I may be off. What it is it's a fixed blade saw, and the reason we're bringing a fixed blade is because they're a lot sturdier than the folding ones. It's probably about 1 millimeter thicker, which means the odds of breaking it are slim to none. This is the same saw. I've been working as an arborist for 13 years now. The same saw I've been carrying on my climbing harness to do my work, my pruning in trees forever, since I started. Fantastic saws. They don't dull. Great product. So we're going to bring that along with us. That's going to be for processing our firewood. Next we have milk crates. Milk crates are awesome when you're winter camping. So in this particular instance, they're going to keep the wood stove from damaging my tank, and they're also our stools. So these are going to give us a place to sit inside the tent when it's nice and warm, sitting stoking the fire, playing cards, what have you at night. Yeah, these are going to be great. Absolutely fantastic. So it works out that stove actually fits perfectly inside 2 of them, like that. It doesn't take up too much, there's not a lot of wasted space, so worked out great. Next we have a shovel. This is going to allow us to dig holes, whatever, what have you. When you're setting up the tent, it's best to shovel snow around the snow skirt on the outside. It keeps all the wind out, so this will make that job a lot easier. Next we have a tarp. So the way we set up our tent is we set it up and then we fill the inside with boughs. Just fill boughs, preferably balsam, spruce, something like that. And then what we do is we put this tarp over the top. It's just a standard. This one's actually just a scout tarp from Matt. So we put that down and then we put our sleeping pad over the top, and then we don't have to worry about it popping on any errant branches, anything that's sticking up. Just make sure that mat's gonna last the whole journey, and we're not gonna be sleeping on the ground, which is kind of important when it's really cold. We have a first aid kit. That's just one of the 2 that we're bringing. That's our backup. And then we have our Nyko wood stove. So that's our Nyko wood stove. It is awesome. Keeps the tent super warm. Really well built. It's got a inside, everything's stored inside. All our tanks, all our pipes, the warming tray at the side. It's all stored inside. Makes it really compact and easy. It also has some extra room for our gas cylinders and our lantern. So this is a Primus lantern. It's pretty awesome. It gets really nice and bright, stays bright for a long time. Really neat unit. Produces a little bit of heat, but that's not really a big deal with the wood stove. But yeah, it lights up that tent and it makes it really livable. So that's a wonderful little thing as well. So we got that in there. The other thing that's really important in these tents with these tiny little stoves is efficiency. So we bring along our Eco Fan. Eco Fan stirs up the air in the tent. Really makes a big difference. Keeps your wood burning down to a minimum, as little as possible. So you can get this stove good and roaring, and then you can damp it down, set the fan on top, and it keeps it going most of the night. At least 2-3 hours, you're getting a really good burn. And then you can choose to either get up and stoke it or just leave it. Go to sleep. That's why we carry their big heavy sleeping bags as well. So that's it. There's a stovepipe in there. That's pretty much all that's left in there. Oh, the only other thing we do bring is a big fire glove. That makes stoking the stove a lot easier so you don't burn your hands. Really everything else. In the morning we're gonna have to grab it and dump out all the ashes inside while we're packing it up to let it cool down quickly. That's where the big fire glove comes in handy. So we stuff that inside as well.